God. How can one God be better than the other?
I was watching a program today. Oh, if you watch Homeland, Mandy Patinkin, who plays Saul Berenson, was saying that he's become very aware of the plight of refugees and their attempt to get into, our country or whatever. He said, our best allies in this country against Muslim factions are the Muslims that we allow in, because he said these people are always under scrutiny, okay, by CIA, FBI, NSA, and once they get their citizenship, they really do consider themselves proud Americans, all right, because they know and remember what they had to go through, the vetting process, And he also said, before these organizations allow anybody to come into this country, they have to go through 2 years of extreme vetting. And I remember seeing on PBS a program where they discussed the vetting process. Okay? I don't even know if you or I could pass the vetting process if you want to know the truth.
The first thing is, if you speak to Israel, who has the best vetting system in the world, would you agree that Israel probably has the best vetting program in the world?
Vetting? No, they have the PLO right there because they lived in, the West Bank.
Yeah, but you don't think people getting on the airplanes, they've never had a hijacking, they've never had nothing.
Well, Israel, when you look and see how small they are and who they're surrounded by, they have to. You're talking about their existence.
And they say their vetting takes less than a day.
Takes what?
The vetting takes less than a day.
Well, I don't understand that.
And there's no torture involved.
So how do they do it? I don't know.
It involves some psychology and some questions. And
maybe you should tell that to Trump. Don't tell it to me.
And Mary, well, that's what I heard. There's one or two questions that nobody wants to ask, and they ask, and I don't know what they are. And
why not? Don't you have a relative in Israel still?
No, they don't tell anybody what they're looking for. These answers, what they are.
What is it? They got to shoot you afterwards? Is that one of those things?
Probably. What they do is
Hey, I'm still waiting for an answer from my cousin. He worked for the Department of Navy, and he retired with the salary of an admiral. Okay, and he had a very high clearance record. Okay, and I asked him exactly what it was he did with the Department of Navy, and did he ever teach in a Naval War College, and he still hasn't answered me. So I assume if he answers me, he's got to kill me.
And who is this now?
My cousin Stan.
Does he talk to you at all?
He's got a photo. Well, when we chat on the phone, he talks. He never talks about work. He's retired, but he's got a photographic memory. Anything he reads, he remembers. It's amazing. He's very, needless to say, his major was mathematics and computers. He was vetted by the Department of Navy because of his college background, and he worked his way up in the Department of Navy.
My brother was also had to pass security. He built nuclear submarines for the Army, for the Navy.
Your cousin?
My brother.
Oh, is that what Adam did?
Yeah. He was in charge of the
Gee, and then there's you and me.
Yeah.
But we have our own radio show.
But it was a civilian project. It's just, civilian ships.
Well, no, they had civilians, engineers working on contractors.
Civilian shipbuilders are the ones that built.
But I'm sure they also had to swear, work under the cone of silence, as the Saturday Night Live original cast would say.
Yeah, something. But I know he.
Oh no, that was Get Smart.
The cone of silence, yes.
Yeah, cone of silence.
Again, I'm not quite sure, I know what he did, because it's everybody knows they were building nuclear submarines there, but with all the engineering involved in it and everything else, I'm sure it's top secret. And he kept getting promoted, and then he wound up being in charge of the department.
Good for Adam.
Yeah,
he deserves it. Except he doesn't call our show often enough.
That's true.
He only calls when you shame him into it.
Yeah, that's true too.
Well, like I said, but we have our own show.
Yes, this is our show. We don't want anybody else to get...
Do we really want to give somebody else credit for this? I don't know.
Does anybody want to take credit for this?
I don't know that either.
Okay, I'm going to play one more song, and then we're going to cut it off, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to say...
I think we did very well, considering it was just you and me.
And one crank call. One crank a call coming up. All right, let's see. I have to go to this. And let's play Grab the Moment.
Well, if you were Trump, you'd be grabbing something else. You know that, don't you?
And he's from Norway.
You hear what I said?
What? I
said if you were Trump, you'd be talking about grabbing something else, not the moment. Although he might say carpe diem, seize the day, if the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, grab the moment.
I know who would agree with him. A good friend of yours.
My cousin? Joust, ladies and gentlemen.
Jowst, joust.
They read me like a book that is open, or pushing on a bag and I'm joking. I'm looking for a sign while it's stepping on my mind, but I hide behind a simple-minded notion. I try to act cool, but I'm boiling, feeling like a fool that was chosen. Try to keep myself calm while my head is getting bombed. Really need to get that good vibe going. So when it's all or nothing, I put my nerves in the coffin. So when it's all or nothing, I put my nerves in the coffin. I'm gonna kill that voice in my head. I don't care about falling. I'm gonna grab the moment. I'm gonna kill that voice in my head. I don't care about falling. I'm gonna grab the moment. I'm gonna kill that voice in my head. Getting kinda heavy on my shoulders. Try to stand straight, but I'm boneless. Got a pocket full of pros while I'm walking on my toes, and I'm coping with the map that is roadless. Got eyes on my neck, but I'm absent. I'm quiet in the corner seeking action. I wanna be bold, but I'm only getting old. I need to stop drowning in distractions. So when it's all or nothing, better get that good vibe buzzing. So when it's all or nothing, I get that good vibe buzzing. I'm gonna kill that voice in my head. I don't care about falling. I'm gonna grab the moment. I'm gonna kill that voice in my head. I don't care about falling. I'm gonna grab the moment. I'm gonna kill that voice in my head. In that beat, there's a calling for that leap. Got no control, but I know there's a fire in my soul. Hidden deep in that beat, there's a calling for that leap. Got no control, but I know there's a fire in my soul. I'm gonna kill that voice in my head. I don't care about falling. I'm gonna grab the moment. I'm gonna kill that voice in my head. I don't care about falling. I'm gonna grab the moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, The Latin for grabbing the moment is carpe diem, seize the day. I just figured I would just throw that out for edification.
Edification. Ladies and gentlemen, we enjoyed having you listening to us tonight. And for those who are listening to us on the podcast, which is probably more of what most people do, I do want to remind you, you can listen to us live on Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
9 to 11, or thereabouts.
Okay,
Then, well, did you tell them what happens to us after that? Then we go into our crypt, and we're like vampires. You know, we sleep for 7 days and 6 nights, and we wake up again Friday night at about 8 o'clock, getting ready for the show.
That's it. We used to do it twice, but we found that it was not agreeable with our system. We needed that 7 days of sleep.
Well, not only that, it's just, you know, when you're trying to discuss things like we do, it's tough to do it in 2 days because it's hard to get a following. Like this, people remember, it's only Friday. We do mix a little bit of religion in when it means something like Easter and Passover, okay, or Christmas and Hanukkah. But usually, especially with Trump as president, there's more than enough to talk about.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
More than enough.
Well, this is the doc saying happy end of last few days of Passover and happy Easter Sunday to our Christian friends, and we hope that you celebrate with family and friends, and I am signing off.
And this is the Rev saying, you gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. I hope you enjoy the show. And if you didn't, I'm sorry, too bad. And who cares? Good night.